It's been 6 years since The Big Bang Theory aired its heartfelt finale, and for a moment, the world stood still as Sheldon Cooper tearfully dedicated his Nobel Prize to his friends, the people who had become family. The elevator was finally fixed, Penny was pregnant, and the Pasadena gang had grown into themselves in ways few fans expected. But now, in a long-anticipated reunion special, the cast, and their characters, have returned. And what's been revealed is far from the neat, tidy epilogue we imagined. In fact, the latest Big Bang Theory reunion reveals a harsh, bittersweet truth: happily ever after was just the beginning of a much messier, more human journey. The special that broke the internet. Airing on a major streaming platform, the reunion special opened with a nostalgic montage of iconic moments: Sheldon's roommate agreement, Howard's magic tricks, Amy's first tiara, and Raj's long-standing silence around women. But when the cast appeared on screen, not as actors, but in character as their Big Bang personas, the tone quickly shifted. This wasn't just a feel-good trip down memory lane. This was an honest look at life after the final bow. Sheldon and Amy, the strain of genius. Dr. Sheldon Cooper, Jim Parsons, and Dr. Amy Farrah Fowler, Mayim Bialik, are now celebrated figures in the scientific community. Since winning the Nobel Prize, they've been invited to keynote every major physics conference in the world. But fame, as it turns out, hasn't sat well with Sheldon. In the special, viewers learned that Sheldon's obsessive-compulsive traits have worsened under the public eye. Amy, ever patient but increasingly frustrated, admitted that their marriage has been under strain. Sheldon's become more isolated, she confesses in a candid moment. He's more interested in preserving his legacy than connecting with people, even me. Sheldon, meanwhile, struggles to reconcile his desire for order with the chaotic nature of fame and responsibility. It's not that I don't love Amy, he says, eyes darting with discomfort. It's just, people are irrational. And the world doesn't follow proper protocol. Leonard and Penny, parenthood and resentment. Perhaps the biggest shock was the reveal about Leonard, Johnny Galecki, and Penny, Kaylee Cuoco. In the finale, Penny was pregnant, an unexpected but sweet ending that softened fans' disappointment over her earlier aversion to motherhood. But in the reunion, we learn that Penny never truly warmed to the idea. Their daughter, Sophia, is now 5, and Leonard is clearly the primary caregiver. Penny, a pharmaceutical sales executive, travels frequently and thrives in her career. The once adorable dynamic between the nerdy physicist and the confident aspiring actress has evolved into something more complicated. I love my daughter, Penny says, her voice steady but distant. But I never wanted to be a mom. I said it, and I meant it. And sometimes, that haunts me. Leonard, visibly hurt but composed, admits that he thought becoming a parent would bring them closer. We love each other, but we're tired, he says. We keep having the same arguments. Maybe love isn't always enough. Howard and Bernadette, domestic discontent. Howard Wolowitz, Simon Helberg, and Bernadette Rostenkowski, Melissa Rauch, were always an unlikely pair. The sleazy astronaut and the tiny powerhouse with a booming voice. In the reunion, they're still together, still raising their 2 children. But the idyllic suburban life has taken its toll. Bernadette, once a fierce career woman, has since taken a step back from biotech to be more present at home. Meanwhile, Howard has taken up teaching at Caltech and, surprisingly, coaching Little League. But the fire between them has dimmed. In a particularly poignant exchange, Bernadette says, "We were so busy being quirky, we forgot to be real. We keep pretending like everything's fine because we're supposed to be the normal couple. But who even are we anymore?" Howard nods, eyes moist. "Sometimes I miss the guy the first used to be, but I don't think you'd like him anymore." Raj, still searching. And then there's Raj Kuthrapalli, Kunal Nair, the romantic dreamer who, by the end of the series, remained the only single member of the group. In the reunion, Raj is now a best-selling children's book author and has embraced his creative side. But he's still single, and deeply lonely. "I thought that if I just became the best version of myself, love would follow," Raj says, half joking, half broken. "I even wrote a book about a lonely elephant who finds love in the stars. But apparently, elephants have better luck than I do." His storyline struck a chord with fans and cast members alike. Even Sheldon, awkwardly attempting comfort, tells Raj, statistically, someone will love you eventually. Probably. The harsh truth. So what is the harsh truth the reunion reveals? That growing up doesn't stop when the credits roll. That friendships fade, relationships bend, and success doesn't immunize you from regret. That behind the laughter and geeky quirks were characters, people, still figuring it out. The reunion special reminded fans that no matter how tightly a sitcom ends, real life continues to unravel in all its unpredictability. A glimmer of hope. And yet, for all the disappointment, disconnection, and disillusionment, there is still hope. The gang, despite time and distance, came back together. They sat on the old couch, now in Leonard and Penny's garage, and played one last round of Dungeons and Dragons, awkward, chaotic, and beautiful. The moment echoed a truth that has always been at the heart of the Big Bang Theory: friendship doesn't require perfection. It just needs presence. As the special closed, Sheldon made a toast with a can of grape soda, to entropy, to change, and to the people who help us survive it. The screen faded to black, but the resonance lingered. The Big Bang wasn't just about science, or laughter, or fandoms. It was about the big, messy collision of personalities that somehow, miraculously, created something lasting. Final thoughts. The reunion didn't tie up loose ends. If anything, it pulled the threads even further apart. But in doing so, it offered something even more powerful than closure: honesty. The Pasadena gang isn't perfect. They never were. And that's why we loved them. Because, just like us, they're still figuring it out, one awkward, heartfelt moment at a time. Would you like this formatted as a blog post or turned into a script format?